Welcome to the Our Team Podcast, powered by eXp Realty. Are you an agent looking to level up? Are you someone looking to buy or sell real estate? Fantastic. This is the show for you.
Welcome to the Our Team Podcast. Thanks for being here, guys. We have a super special guest. I'm Bryan Hour. I'm not the guest.
I'm Jason.
Jason Abity is with us on the podcast today. I thought it would be pretty cool to have you on here because you and I geek out quite a bit on filming, you know, the whole video side of the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you do spectacular photos, but, you know, video has always been kind of like my thing.
Yeah.
And so I thought we would just kind of talk about it.
Let's do it.
What are some of the things you want to cover in this episode?
So I guess we were kind of going back and forth on text about kind of where the industry is going as far as media,
Yep.
real estate media.
Yep, definitely.
So yeah, let's just kind of go from there.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's kick it off with that. Where do you think the market is going? Where do you think where real estate is heading right now with respect to marketing?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel like you fit into that as a professional videographer, as a really good photographer in this space? Are you doomed?
No.
The reason I ask you that is because we need to talk about the iPhone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the iPhone is really capable now.
Yes.
Of doing some pretty amazing things. So, where do you feel like it's headed?
Well, I think, you touched on the last couple episodes about doing vertical video, which people are using their iPhones more and more to do that.
Yeah.
It just makes more sense because if I used my camera to do that, it's a pain.
It's a little ridiculous.
It is.
Although they do have, I'm not sure which gimbal it is. They do have a gimbal now where you can actually switch to vertical.
Yeah, they have the RS3, I think, has that.
Yeah.
But then again, it's $900 just to have that feature.
Exactly.
Sorry.
When you have a phone
Right.
that you can shoot 4K 60, slow it down in post, color grade it, make it look really good.
Yeah.
I mean, and even the HDR features that the phones have now, you're just getting so much dynamic range out of these phones. It's almost unfair.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
Well, I think where the future is going, I don't think you're ever going to replace, especially on the high-end properties, you're never going to replace that landscape 4K, absolutely gorgeous, standard format, filmic style video. You're not going
Right.
to.
No.
There's always going to be a place for that. But I'd say on the average listing, I can tell you from my own experience that when we produce a really nice video, let's say, when I say the average listing, let's say it's a $800,000 home with a nice pool. Not like we have a listing coming up that you're going to help me with tomorrow.
Yep.
It's $4.2 million home in Los Angeles. That's a different category, right?
Yeah.
But the average home here in Temecula, we're talking about, $800,000. When we produce a really nice video and put it out there, that's one thing. But I get way more traction, way more views when I just go through the house and just use my own creative eye to vertically capture some really cool clips, put the right kind of music with it, the trending music of whatever platform, and I will get literally 10, sometimes 20,000 views on a video. And sorry, but I'm not getting that because people have just adapted to that thumb scrolling kind of, oh, that looks cool,
Yeah.
And I've learned that establishment shots are really, really important. Start off with a nice wide establishment shot, cut to some, some scenes where you're really up close and personal on certain things in the home to make it look, to kind of tell that story of the room.
Right.
And I've learned that you do not have to. It's not about starting at the beginning of the house. You don't have to show the front of the house. You actually don't have to show that at all because you might just want to do 7 or 8, 9, 10 clips, and it's all of the kitchen and the waterfall of the pool and just a few things like that, just to sort of entice somebody to want to go see the house.
Yeah.
In fact, if you tell the whole story, and if you do that, you can ruin it. You don't want to tell the whole story in the video. You want to tell them just enough. I mean, look what Mercedes does, for example. Their commercials are 15 seconds long, and all they do is they make you want to go test drive one. They're not telling you how many, what the horsepower is, or they're not even telling you they don't tell you how many people it even sits, right? Or what the cubic, footage of the trunk is. They're not giving you any of the real details.
Yep. Not even the price.
Not even the price. They literally just want you to go, ooh, I should go try one of those things. So that's how I produce the videos on our listings, because I don't want to tell that whole story. And also, I'm not lazy. I definitely have the work ethic, but I like that it's easier to do that too.
Come.
I can be pretty creative and show you 15 clips of this house and make you want to go look at it. Or I can do an entire video that's almost like a documentary, and it takes a lot longer, and it's like, So I think that's the future.
Okay.
It's shorter clips, telling less of the story, being more creative. You have to meet people where they're at, right, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
People are on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all of these places where vertical video rules. So unfortunately, you have to go vertical, and I hate it, but I love it, but I hate it. So I do think that's the future. So for you, I would really encourage you to take advantage of your skills and say, you know what, I'm going to do a video for you on this home, but while I'm there, I'm going to also take, I think you should be creating 30-second shorts or 30-second reels.
Okay.
When you're at the house, because you can do it so quickly, and then you can edit them in Final Cut, and you can provide the video and the reel. What do you think? And you could charge for that, dude. You could get an extra $50 or $25, whatever it is.
Okay.
You could do it. I don't think you should do that free.
Yeah. No, that was the other question. What you thought something like that value-wise would be.
Yep.
But
well, for me, it wouldn't be valuable because I'm going to be at the house anyway, and I can throw them together really quick and do my... But there's... Wouldn't you say 99% of the agents out there, they don't know how to edit video?
No. Don't even know how to shoot it.
They don't know how to shoot it. They don't know how to edit. They all have these really capable devices, and some of the stuff I see out there is just like, whoa, did you not learn how to use your camera? I mean... It really is. It's not about the equipment. It's who's behind.
Yeah.
When you really get into good storytelling video, it's really who's shooting it.
Right.
So you have those skills. So you may as well take advantage of them. You've got are you using the iPhone 14 now?
13 Pro.
Okay, yeah. So the 15's going to, they're saying it's going to have a 1/2-inch sensor.
Jeez.
If that's the case, it's just going to be crazy, dude. Yeah. So, I'm using the 13. You've seen the videos I'm producing. Yep. It's crazy. Oh no, I have the 12. I have the 12 Pro
Max or Super or
yeah. And so imagine the quality is just going to go up when I get the 15 because I'm going to get the 15 when it comes out. So I'm going to be shooting more video, doing even more things. This is going to inspire me to want to even do more. So. Right. And I have a lot of really high-end Sony gear. You know what I have.
Yep.
And I'm not moved with any compassion to go buy more gear when I can do so much. Is it better? No. It's not as good, but it's so good, and most people think it's really good enough that I just need to cave. I just need to say, okay, I don't need to have all that gear. And I can shoot landscape without a gimbal and go into a home and do a long form video, and no one even knows it's my iPhone because I know how to shoot it, because I shot with a gimbal and with a slider for so many years that I just know how to duplicate those moves, and so nobody can tell.
Yeah, and the consumer, they can't tell.
No. So I think the future of video, really, you need to just go where the buyers are, where the people are, where the real market is, and that's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. That's where I get incredible. I'll put a video out there, and then within an hour, it'll have 1,500 views on it.
Wow.
And it's a YouTube short. And it's incredible. So you just got to be where the people are. And so shooting vertical and on a phone is, kind of where it's at. So now you've got to learn how to do it. And if you don't want to learn it, you have to, you should have someone like you that knows how to do it, that can provide it. So that might be a question you want to ask people. Would you like me to provide you a couple of shorts and reels for Instagram? And then if they say yes, it'd be, so you're going and do the 3D first, usually. Then you're shooting the camera. And then you're going in with the gimbal and you're doing the video. So it'd be the fourth thing you'd have to go in there and do.
Right.
And it's probably going to add, what would you say, 15 minutes? Well, you've seen when I'm there doing my shooting with you, it takes me 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I get about probably 30 clips in 5 minutes. I know exactly what story I want to tell. I go get those clips and I'm done.
Yeah.
I take it back. I just airdrop it to my laptop, Final Cut Pro, boom, 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 export. It's so easy and so fast. So you need to do that.
Okay.
All right.
That'll be my new thing.
Yep, very much so. Other than that, let's talk about because you're working with a lot of agents now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And that blesses my heart because I feel like I kind of helped you launch your business.
Yeah.
So to see you out there, crushing it, and working with so many agents now just really brings a smile to my face. I mean, you bought a house with this job. 6-figure income shooting video.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, when we bought our house, it was early stages of my business. So 2020 really took that off.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because there were so many homes being sold and the restrictions of people being able to see them.
Yep.
So it really
it
took it off.
Yeah. Kind of hurt your industry a little bit there.
No, I wouldn't say so. No.
You're saying it took off?
Yeah.
Because of that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was saying that when the market was just frenzy, when there was like 50 offers on it, you could take a picture of your shoe, put it on the MLS, and the house would sell. That was a crazy market. And a lot of agents just didn't feel the need to do video. Why?
Well, I mean, it's funny that you say that because a lot of the agents still did the stuff because they wanted to show the marketing that they do for other sales and stuff. So
I never not do a video.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to list a home without doing a video. It's part of my business model. It's part of what I do. And I literally have people, I'm not even kidding you. The reason we have a $4.2 million listing in LA is because the guy said, I want this kind of marketing on my house. And he said, who did this video? And I said, I did. It was the one on Fernando.
Yeah.
I shot that video. Yeah. And he said, well, then I want this. I said, okay, I can list your home. We just sold a home in LA. He's like, perfect. That's all it took. I didn't even have to do a listing presentation. But and when I sent him to our website, where he could just see the consistency in what we were doing,
right,
he was sold instantly. So I think it's you're doing your clients a disservice by not providing video on your listings, but you're also doing yourself a disservice because it's an easier way to grow. It's more social proof that you know what you're doing, So
absolutely.
But I was going to ask you about agents. So you're working with a lot of agents now, which again I love. Are most of them doing video, or are you still doing more photos?
I would say probably 70% are doing video.
Okay, that's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of them, they see now some like doing intros, which I know we had a conversation a long time ago.
Hi, I'm Bryan Allen, and I'd like to show you my beautiful listing today. I will never do that.
Right.
Yep, that's not my style. Mostly because when you start a video like that, if you're an agent listening to this, listen carefully. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Nobody
cares. You don't, and actually, it's worse than nobody cares. People will scroll past that so fast, it's crazy. If you're going to do a video and put it out on social media, that's not what they're looking for. They're not going to do that. You've got about 2.5 seconds to catch somebody's attention. And if you're burning 20 seconds by saying, "Hi, I'm Bryan Auer. I have a beautiful listing right here in Temecula Hills," and this and that and the other, and then you're cut to the B-roll, which is, it's just, I'm not, I could go on and on. It's that kind of ego marketing that people think that that's why you're selling a home,
right.
and it's not. You're getting less eyeballs on that property, less syndication. The algorithms are burying it. It's just
right.
not, so, but I cut you off. Go on.
No, you're good. I was going to just say some agents do like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not
so
going to
you
say
film
no.
them.
Yeah. So,
No,
I mean,
they're your clients. You got to do what they want.
I do a branded one, so it has their intro in the beginning, and then I do one that doesn't have it.
Right. Yeah.
So, majority of the time, the one that's being seen is not with them because it's the only one you can put
On
in
the
the MLS.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. For those of you that might not be fully aware, you can't have a branded video in the MLS. So you have to, do one that's non-branded. I only do the non-branded ones anyway,
Yeah.
but I will change the skin of the web page. So I have a web page that's branded that has the video, and then I have one that's not branded. So, but the video in both cases is not branded because the branding is coming forth on the medium that it's out there on. So there's a lot of branding on my social media stuff. So they already know that it's our listing. But I was going to say, another factor is I don't think a lot of agents know what to do with the media because you have a lot of clients you're working with, and you're doing, you said 70% of them are doing videos. And you know what? I don't see anybody's videos out there on social media, and I follow as many and all agents as I possibly can, right? So are they getting them out there?
So it seems like everybody and their cousin and mother has a YouTube channel today.
Yeah. So they're putting them on their YouTube channel.
Yeah. But you go to their YouTube channel and that's
2 views.
Maybe, and then maybe 20 subscribers.
Right.
It's...
Well, the subscriber count... See,
that doesn't matter, I guess.
It doesn't, because I think we have 400 subscribers on our YouTube channel, but I can still get thousands and thousands of views on a video.
Okay.
And that's because we have a lot of algorithm going out there from our shorts. So if you guys aren't doing YouTube shorts, you need to, for sure. So you have to do a regular long format video, and then you have to do a short of that and put it on social media as well, or YouTube. Shorts and reels are basically the same exact thing. And then I have a lot of agents that are doing TikTok, so they put them on TikTok as well. So I don't know. I think it's important to do that.
Yeah.
But it's really important to know where to put them. You can't just put it in the MLS.
Yeah.
And then how are you going to do that? Because if you're putting it in the MLS, it's got to be on a landing page somewhere. It can't be on your YouTube channel because that's branded.
So for those people that kind of don't have a place, I guess, to put it, I do have an unbranded YouTube channel.
Okay.
I just upload it for them and I send them the link for it.
There you go. And
so
then
it just makes it easy
and it can be unlisted at that point too.
Yeah.
Because you're giving them a link and anyone with that link can see the video.
Right.
Okay.
Just makes it. I feel like that's probably one of the easiest ways to do it.
Definitely.
So,
and then that's a great way for you to have all your stuff archived as well, right?
Yeah.
A lot of your videos there. And then if somebody really needs it, you can go there and download it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That way you don't have to. It's kind of like getting a free server and a backup for all your stuff. You know what I noticed too? This is off topic, but totally I want to say this. YouTube has some kind of witchcraft that I don't understand. You can upload a 4K video, like let's say a 3-minute 4K video that is really high quality, and let's just say it's it's a gig,
mm-hmm.
and you upload it to YouTube, and it takes 30 minutes to upload and all that stuff. we have really fast internet here, so I can upload a video really fast, but then YouTube takes 20 minutes.
Right.
Then I can go ahead and download that video, and it has the exact same quality, but it comes down at like a third the size. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
When you download videos off of YouTube, they're tiny files.
It's crazy.
But you play them on the huge big screen, it's the same quality. I don't know how they're doing it. It's obviously compression, but whatever that software is, or whatever the algorithm, it's not an algorithm. I don't know what it is, but it's incredible. So I used to, for when I would upload a 4K video to Wix, it would reject it because the file was too big. So I would just upload it to YouTube in 4K, download it, and then I could upload it to Wix, and it was still 4K. It would recognize it as 4K. So anyway, that's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, your quality has gotten so much better. It used to be I'd watch your videos and I'd go, okay, there's about 5 things I would change there.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I've seen you just progress. And now when I watch your videos, I'm like, there's literally not a single thing I would change here. And now, actually, it's the other way. Now I watch your video, I go, ooh, I'm going to start implementing that. You've done a couple things where I was like, okay, I like that. I'm going to steal that.
Okay.
Because it's all about ripping off and duplicating and all that.
Can you give me an example of what, if you know, I don't know.
Some of your transition, the simplicity of your transitions from outside of the house to the inside of the house.
Okay.
I used to really think I had to do smooth zooms and transitions that were a little more complicated. And what happens is the more you advance in this industry of video editing, let's just call it that side of it, you realize you don't need anything.
No.
You don't need any special tools or anything. It's all there in the software, and anything you add to it kind of takes away from the project. You can go crazy and just start doing all kinds of stuff that really ruins the production. Jump cuts are really all you need. Occasionally, maybe some type of a crossfade, but usually it's just cutting to the music, just jump cuts, just to keep the story going along. And if you're doing really small or short clips, you don't really have a lot of time to do any type of fancy transition. It just kind of has to be a jump cut.
Yeah.
So I like less is more. Simple is always a winner. The only time I will stay on a clip longer than, say, 2 seconds is when I need to put some type of labeling of a room or something like that. You know, anytime you bring in, any type of graphics, then you need a little bit more hang time on that clip.
Right.
But other than that, I don't. And that's the other thing. I think I was the first one in our valley that was actually doing real video, not just slideshows.
Yeah.
At least I get credit for that. I mean, I've had people tell me that I was the first one that they saw doing it. This is years ago. And then I also never, ever put, in a video, if I'm doing a clip of the kitchen, I never put graphics and say kitchen,
right,
bedroom, right, entryway. So
front of house.
Yeah, front of house, backyard, right? Because to me that's insulting. If you have to tell somebody that this is the kitchen, then they're probably not educated enough to even push play on the video, right? It's insulting, If tell the story, shoot the video, make it just look really appealing, and the goal is to get people to come to the house, right? To make them say, I really want to go see that. And if the house isn't good enough, then because a lot of times the listing is really kind of drab, right? There's really nothing to the listing to really showcase. So in that case, the story isn't the house. The story is the neighborhood it's in.
Right.
So that's why weren't we the first ones to ever start doing community clips within the video? Yeah. You got to show the park. You got to show the school. You got to show other things. I mean, I have all kinds of B-roll of the wineries and all the stuff you can do in Temecula that I incorporate into those videos. And they're just short little clips, but they help remind the audience that, oh, yeah, there's a lot to do in Temecula. It's not just a house you're selling. And you'll notice when I sense that there's really not a whole lot to the house, then my video, if it's, say, 1 minute and 20 seconds long, it's going to have probably 30 or 40 seconds of community stuff.
Right.
Because the house isn't, so, But what else do you got for us?
Oh, no, I was going to add, too, like you were saying, like, don't put the names of the rooms. But I'd say the only thing I would do is if there's a main level bedroom.
Yes.
I think that is important to kind of, because
Absolutely.
people love, especially if it's a 2-story house, if there's a bedroom on the first level.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a huge seller point.
Huge.
So.
And during those few clips, it just runs at the bottom. It says, full bed and bath on the main floor.
Right.
Something like that.
And it's not like in the middle of the frame.
No, it's just off. Right.
Takes up the whole.
Yep. Impact is your font.
Oh,
huge, right? That's funny. Yep. Let's talk photography for a second.
Okay.
One thing that's really important too about photos is really capturing, what you can see out the windows. And so you learned early on how to really master that, being able to expose for inside as well as what's out the window. Right. How do you get around, that whole overexposure thing on the windows?
So it just comes down to flash. My style of photography, which, interesting enough, a lot of the photographers in our area don't really like to use flash at all.
Really?
And it's kind of weird to me. It's like, how do you
clean up those corners?
Right? It just doesn't look right to me.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever do shoot homes without flash.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically every photo would get 5 different steps.
5 exposures.
Yeah. So the first step to the photo is basically called ambient shots. So I do 3 of those that are combined.
Okay.
And then a flash shot of the room.
Okay.
And then flash of the window.
Got it.
Now, the window is always ISO 100. And shutter is probably about 100 or 125.
Okay.
So that gives you kind of what you can see, what our eyes see outside.
Exactly. And then you're layering those in post-production.
Yeah.
And making sure everything's as level as possible.
Yeah.
It looks great, dude. Looks really, really good. I love that.
There's an art to it.
It's there absolutely is.
I mean, you can tell right off the bat if you look at a listing, if the person knows what they're doing or not.
Yeah.
It's
the biggest mistake that I see is all that weird, so you can see that the room is exposed correctly.
Right.
You look out the window, it's exposed correctly, but around the window frame it's black, right? Because they're not flashing it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a fine line between, what's exposed outside the, out the window and in the room. Because in order to get that exposure perfect outside, you've got to make the actual room. I mean, it's pretty much black, isn't it? It's really dark in the room.
Yeah.
When you're exposing just for the window.
Absolutely.
And so that darkness in that room can carry through along the edges of the windows if you don't know what you're doing.
Especially with shutters. Shutters are the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
Even sometimes I have some issues where I can't get it 100% because it's the hardest because there's so many shadows
or blinds that are open. You're trying to get
blinds actually
they're easier.
Shutters are the worst.
And you can't really open them because then it looks awkward in the room, right? You have to just. It's hard. Yeah.
It is.
Well, your photography is amazing. Your videos are incredible. How can people get a hold of you?
Well, so my company's Premier Media.
Okay.
You can text me. I do have a website. It's actually
what's your website? We'll put it up.
PremierMediaCo.com.
Okay. Premier Media Co. All right.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget you have a company name because I have you on speed dial. So, but anyway, it's amazing to see where you've come, and I just love the fact that you have this really cool trajectory in your business. You're probably going to have to start hiring people to help you, right?
Yeah, I'm starting. I mean, it's weird because 2 weeks ago was my busiest week I've ever had in my career.
Wow.
And I mean,
like 3 a day type of thing?
Try 4 or 5 a day.
Are you kidding me? When do you have time to edit?
Well, some of them, so long story short, there's another person that I'm shooting for now.
Okay.
I don't have to edit some of those things.
Oh,
so,
thank goodness.
Yeah. So I just send that stuff off.
Yeah.
So luckily with that. But yeah, still, that week was absolute bananas. But I mean, it's, this week's kind of weird because of Memorial Day.
Right.
So it's kind of a...
That's why it's probably the only reason why you have time to be here today. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally I have 3 or 4 shoots today typically, but
you're probably comfortable shooting 2 a day, right?
Oh, that's simple.
Okay.
Honestly, well, it matters, I guess, what you're talking about. Like,
if it's photos, 3D, and video, 2 a day is probably pretty taxing. I mean, I would think.
I've done 4 of those in a day. And it was...
Can't even imagine. I cannot imagine.
That happened that week I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got through that day. Never again. I really don't like doing that.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not 100% on my game if I'm
That must have been why I got some really crappy videos from you that week. That's probably what happened. I had to re-edit all of them.
Oh, yeah.
No, sometimes I actually do re-edit your work for different platforms. Like, I'll take a video that you produced, and if I'm not feeling the song, I'll just change up the tempo, or I'll change the order of something, and because I feel like, I need this to be a lot quicker, and I'm going to put this on Instagram.
Okay.
So I'll chop your stuff up. I chop it up all the time. I mean, normally I'm doing my own work, so I don't have to do that, but I take a lot of creative liberty with the stuff that I get. It is what it is,
Yeah.
But your work is so good, dude. It's really good. So anyway, premiermediaco.com. Get a hold of Jason Abity, and you'll be glad you did.
Appreciate it.
That's all we got, guys. Thanks so much for hanging in there with us. It was kind of a little bit of a tech talk today.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here, brother.
Thanks, man.
Hey, wait, before you go, would you do us a favor? If you found any value in this content, would you please like and subscribe to it? Maybe even leave a comment? It really helps us out.